You'll buy some stocks and then you'll like sell it the next day. You can't do that with this. If you invest in this company, you have to prepare to leave that money alone and not need it for probably a few years.
You're not just a hair professional, you're a CEO.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Hair CEO. We help you build a premium brand focused on profits without overpaying in taxes. My name is Jen, and I bring you videos on business and taxes tailored specifically to self-employed hair professionals and hair business owners. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Today, we're going to be talking about a company called Level3. They are a luxury men's grooming product line. We're talking about them because they have started raising money and they're really targeting barbers as an opportunity for barbers to invest in a growing company. I want to point out that I do not know this company. I have no experience with their products. I have never met any of the owners. They have not asked me to do this video, nor have I been paid to do this video. So I don't gain anything by you investing or not investing. Shout out to Rob the barber. He hit me up in the DMs on Instagram and he was like, Jen, is this legit? So you have him to thank for the inspiration for this video. While I am not here to say, yes, you should invest or no, you should not invest, I'm going to talk you through 7 different topics that I think are important. So let's just run through the different topics. The first one is going to be company and leadership. We really want to understand the background on the company and what made them come to life, and also who is leading this. The second thing we want to do is we want to take a look at the products and the reviews. We want to see, what type of products they have. And then also, what are people saying about the products? The third topic that we really want to dig into are the current sales. We want to understand their revenues and where those revenues are coming from. That's really important. The fourth thing is my favorite, of course, the company finances. I mean, I don't think it is a secret. I have an accounting firm where I work with hair professionals and hair business owners. So I tried really hard to keep this as simple as possible when we get to this, but I could go into the weeds, but I promise it's going to be nice and simple for you. The fifth thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at what their plans are for this money. That's really important. You want to know, where is the money going? The sixth thing is we're going to go into how to invest. If you are a barber or maybe you're just a hair professional that wants to invest, we're going to talk about how to go about making that investment. And then lastly, which I think every investor wants to know, how are you going to make money? So those are the 7 things that we are going to be walking through one by one. So let's start with the first one, which is the company leadership. The company was founded back in 2011, and it was really formed out of the lack of men's products in comparison to women's. So that's really why the company was formed, to really fill in that gap of luxury hair products for men. Now, it looks like there are 3 owners, but there are also some co-founders and some really influential backers that we will talk about. But let's focus on the leadership. So we have Jay Nori, who is the co-founder and the CEO. So that's the chief executive officer. Then we have Tariq Nori. He is the co-founder and the COO. So that is the chief operations officer. And then you have Amar Nori, and he is the co-founder and CDO. And that is not a typo. That stands for chief distribution officer. So these are your leaders. So when you're thinking about investing in a company, it's really important to know who the owners are, because you want to know what their experience is, what their visions are, what they're capable of. Have they ever run businesses before? Are they successful? Now, I didn't go that deep, but I will say, based on what I saw online, very reputable group of men. So I cannot speak to their character. I cannot speak to their business acumen. But I will say what I've seen so far, I was impressed. I love the reason why they created this company. I mentioned that this particular company also has some co-founders and some influential supporters. So their top 3 supporters and co-founders are A-Rod, who is a celebrity barber, very popular. As you see, he has over 2 million followers on Instagram, and that's just Instagram alone. There are other platforms. And then you have Los Cut It, and then you have Mr. Official. So some very influential backers, co-founders with this particular company. This is important because you want to know who is backing this company. And if you admire any of these people or respect their opinions, then these are all good signs to you to potentially invest. That's the first topic. The second topic is products and reviews. So I went to the website. I absolutely loved their website. It was very clear that they have three main categories, and it was the hair and beard category, skincare, and then you had accessories. If we look at the hair and beard category, there are about 26 products in this category, and the prices range from $18.99 to $4.99. In the hair and beard category, the best seller was the styling powder. And then we go to skincare. There are about 8 products in this category, and the prices range from $14.39 to about $4.99. And all of the prices that I'm talking about are the prices without any promotions or any sales. And of course, we're talking about currently because prices change all the time. But as of the recording, these are the price ranges. In the skincare line, the best seller is their aftershave cologne. And then you had the accessories. I was really surprised at how many accessories they had. They had 42 products in accessories. I thought that was a lot. The prices range from $39.99 to $2.99. When it comes to the accessories, the best seller is the straight razor holder. Now let's go into what their reviews look like. I like to look at reviews from Amazon because not that I don't trust companies with their own websites, but with Amazon, you get the volume, right? I was impressed because in the hair and beard category, I told you their styling powder dust is their number one seller. Look at this. So it has over 8,500 reviews. That is phenomenal. Like, honestly, clap it up. And not only over 8,500 reviews at the time of this recording, but look at this. It says 30,000 bought in the past month. Yes, that's definitely a bestseller. Now, in the skincare line, the bestseller I told you was the aftershave cologne. You had 1,000 purchased in the past month and over 1,500 reviews. Another thing to highlight here is it's just not any reviews. These are like good reviews because the average star rating is 4.5 out of 5 stars. So great. All of these are really great signs. And then we go into the accessories. Accessories, you have 500 reviews. You have over 100 bought in the past month, and they have 4 stars. So again, all of this is looking really good when it comes to, hey, should I invest in this company? So now we're going to move on to the third topic that you really want to pay attention to when it comes to investing in a company. The third thing is the current sales. You really want to understand how the revenues are made up because we just looked at Amazon. So Amazon is your retail. But check this out, retail is only 17% of their revenues, right? So the majority of their revenues comes from wholesale. So this means they're selling in bulk and then people are reselling it. Most likely to stores because they have another category where 18% of their sales are from professionals. And this is where they sell directly to, a barber or a hairstylist. And then whether they are using it for themselves or maybe they are retailing, I don't know if the resale from professionals are included in the wholesale or it's included in professionals. But let's just say for the sake of this video that the wholesale is going to be to like stores and then the professionals, this is where they would sell directly to barbers or hairstylists. and they could either just use the products themselves or resell it to their clients. So this is the makeup of the revenues, which nicely leads into my favorite subject, which is the finances. Now, before we go into the finances, I just want to say one thing here. Because I have an accounting firm, I am very, very protective of my clients' financials because I had one of my clients say to me, Jennifer, I feel like you are looking in my underwear drawer because finances are so personal. But when you're asking for money, you don't have the luxury of keeping your finances private. So basically, we are about to go into Level 3's underwear drawer. All right. The first thing they mention on the very public website is that they have 25 million sales in less than 30 months. And this is amazing. But just like with so many other things, we can sometimes get blinded by that top number. Right? Like we all want to say like, oh, I want to make six figures or, oh, I made $1 million. Well, it really isn't about how much money you make. It's about how much money you keep, which why at Hair CEO, I say we help you build a premium brand focused on profits, not focused on revenues, because revenues can be very deceiving. So let's jump into the numbers. All right. So what we're looking at right here, and I'm going to make sure we zoom in here, but what we're looking at is a balance sheet. And without getting too technical, I'm going to just focus on a few key things. And you'll see that highlighted with the stars. Now, what we're looking at is this number here is $8.5 million. And this is all of their assets. Amazing. Now, all of this isn't liquid, but between cash and other assets, it's $8 million. Now, we also want to take into consideration their liabilities. So, if assets are things that you own, the liabilities are what you owe. So, they do have some liabilities. Their liabilities are $5 million. So, they have 8 million in assets and 5 million in liabilities. And this is as of December 31st, 2022. Now, assets minus liabilities equals the equity. So the equity in the company was $3.3 million. Now, let's go into the more exciting financial statement, which is the income statement, or sometimes referred to as profit and loss. If you guys want me to dive deeper into the financials, leave a comment below and say, yes, we want a deep dive, but give me the specific questions that you want because here I am just going to go over a few key numbers. So the first key number I want to go over here is the net revenue. This is that top line number. This is the number that a lot of people like to say, oh yeah, I made, six figures, or I made $1 million. So in 2022, they made $9.3 million in sales. Amazing. Now, we do have to come down to the gross profit, which means we have to subtract the cost of the goods. And that cost of goods was 4.5 million, which left them a gross profit of 4.8 million. So that's that other number with the star. Then we want to go down to their total operating expenses. Their total operating expenses for 2022 was $5 million. So that means there is a net loss. So the company on paper is not profitable. There is a net loss of almost $500,000. So these are the highlighted numbers that I wanted us to talk about. Now let's dive into the plans of this money. And whenever a company is asking for money, you want to understand what are their plans for the money, right? We talked about the leadership and the company. So now we're saying, okay, owners, what are you guys going to do with this money if you raise the 1.2 million that they are looking to raise? In the documents, they state that they want to spend 49% on inventory. So that would be 588,000 in inventory, 19.5% in working capital, That amounts to $234,000. 15% into company employment, and that equals $180,000. And then they have the Start Engine platform fees. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Start Engine and what that is. But Start Engine platform fees is 5.5%, which is $66,000. And then you have the Start Engine service fees, which are $12,000. So all of these percentages equals 100%. And this is where the $1.2 million would go. That's important because you want to understand if you're investing your money, you want to know, okay, how are they going to spend the money? And this is the breakdown that they have given us. Now, of course, when it comes to how the funds are used, this is what they're telling us. But at the end of the day, companies can decide to do something completely different with the money. That's why it's so important to believe in the leadership and understand the vision of the leaders because you're putting this money in their hands. That was the fifth thing. So now let's talk about the sixth topic. How do you invest? What they're using is called Start Engine. Start Engine is the crowdfunding company that they're using to raise this money. The price per share is $3.50, and the minimum investment is $297.50. So if you liked what you've heard so far and you're just like, you know what, I think I may want to invest in this company. It's not forever. So this is time sensitive depending on when you're watching this video. The time may have already passed. The deadline to invest currently is February 14th, 2024. So we're currently in 2023, just about to be into December. So there is some more time. You would go to Start Engine, you would create an account, and you would just make sure that you have a minimum of $300 to invest. And that is how you could invest in this particular opportunity. Now, you're just like, okay, great information so far. Now, what's in it for me? What am I going to get? Right? Anyone who invests wants something in return. So, with that being said, I do want to state that whenever you invest in anything, there is risk. And this is no different. There is no guarantee that you're going to make money. There's no guarantee that this company is going to do the things that you think. But I did want to highlight a few things. If you do want to invest, it's important that you understand that this is not going to be something that you put your money in and take out very quickly. I work with barbers, braiders, and hairstylists all the time in my accounting firm. And I see it, you guys are investing in Robinhood. You'll buy some stocks and then you'll like sell it the next day or you'll sell it in the next month. You can't do that with this. If you invest in this company, you have to prepare to leave that money alone and not need it for probably a few years, if I'm being honest. But then after that, the question is, okay, well, how do I make money? I am being completely honest here. Again, no one has told me to do this video. No one is paying me to do this video. But one thing that I personally could not find, and maybe I like overlooked it. I don't know. I'd be willing to bring on someone from leadership onto this channel. So maybe we could, ask some additional questions, but I did not see a game plan for investors. Now, I have some experience with investments, and typically, when a company is raising money, of course, they cannot guarantee that the investors will make money. However, I have seen, and what's normal is to see a game plan. And typically, I see three things that companies will do when they're talking about their game plan. The first one is they are planning to go public. So they're saying, hey, invest in us because we are planning to go public. And when we go public, that's how you're going to make your money back. Okay, if that's what I'm getting into, then great. That's what I'm betting on. The second way that a lot of companies strategize to have the investors make money is through profit sharing. So they'll say, okay, invest in us, and then we're going to give the investors a share of our profits. And that's how you're going to make your money and invest with investing in this company. And then the third way that I see companies have their investors make money is by buying back shares. So they'll say, listen, our strategy is to raise this money and we are going to do X, Y, and Z. That's going to be the infusion of cash that we want. And then we're going to be able to increase revenues and we'll be able to pay you back. It's almost like a loan, right? So they're saying, hey, loan us some money and we're going to pay you back with some interest. That's our strategy. Those are the three game plans or strategies that I've seen companies tell their potential investors. But I read through and maybe I missed it, but I did not see a game plan for how they're going to repay their investors. So that was a little disappointing to me. But other than that, there were so many positives about this opportunity. And if I were to understand and figure out how they plan to make me money, they might have an investor. But for me, I don't think I could invest without knowing what the game plan is. How do you plan on making me money? So, and again, not that you can guarantee it. I mean, they could tell me any one of these things, right? That doesn't mean it's going to happen, but I still want to know what the strategy is. So let me know in the comments if you have additional questions or tell me if you use the Level 3 products. What do you think about them? And if you are interested in this PDF that I put together, I'm going to leave a link down below where you can download it just so that you can look through it yourself. All right, guys, well, that wraps up this video. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like it where we talk about business and taxes, please like and subscribe. And consider sending this video to a barber, braider, or a hairstylist that would enjoy this content. And I'll see you next time.